Canada, often hailed as one of the most desirable countries to live in, finds itself at a crossroads. While immigration applications are surging, thousands of Canadians are packing their bags and leaving. Why are established Canadians seeking opportunities abroad, and what draws immigrants here, despite the challenges? Today we're diving deep into the Canadian immigration dilemma, a story of contrasts, dreams, and realities. From the housing affordability crisis and cost of living to lifestyle preferences and economic opportunities, we'll explore the motivations behind these conflicting migration trends and their potential long-term impact on Canada's identity and economy.
Let's talk housing, or the lack thereof. The housing market in Canada has become a battleground where the dream of owning a home is slipping away for many. Remember when owning a home was the Canadian dream? It was a symbol of stability and success, a cornerstone of the middle-class lifestyle. Now, it's a nightmare for many. The prices have skyrocketed, making it nearly impossible for first-time buyers to enter the market. In cities like Toronto and Vancouver, finding a decent place to live feels like winning the lottery, except the prize is a mountain of debt. The cost of living in these urban centres has reached unprecedented levels, pushing people to their financial limits. A Canadian family living in Portugal shared their experience. We were stuck in a tiny apartment, spending a fortune on rent. It was draining most of our income, leaving barely anything for savings or other expenses. Then we realised we could afford an entire house with a garden in Lisbon for the same cost. Moving was an obvious choice to improve our quality of life.
And it's not just big cities. The ripple effect of high housing costs is spreading to smaller towns and rural areas. Smaller towns are feeling the squeeze too, as remote work allows people to flee the city, driving up prices everywhere. The demand for housing in these areas has surged, leading to increased competition and higher prices. The dream of homeownership is fading fast, replaced by the reality of sky-high rents and fierce competition. Many are finding it difficult to secure even a rental property, let alone buy a home. So, while Canada rolls out the welcome mat for immigrants, it's failing to provide affordable housing for everyone. Something's got to give. The government and policymakers need to address this crisis urgently, or the situation will only worsen, leaving more people without a place to call home.
Okay, so maybe housing is insane, but isn't everything expensive these days? Fair point, but Canada's cost of living is on another level. We're talking about basic necessities, not avocado toast and fancy lattes. Groceries are a nightmare. The high cost of living and rising food prices in Canada place a significant strain on Canadians, particularly low- and middle-income households, by stretching budgets thin and limiting access to nutritious meals. Many families are forced to cut back on other essentials or turn to food banks to make ends meet. These pressures often lead to heightened stress and health risks, as people opt for cheaper, less healthy food. The situation is even more dire in remote and northern communities, where transportation challenges drive food prices even higher, worsening food insecurity. While healthcare is technically free, accessing specialists in a timely manner is nearly impossible, adding to frustrations. Despite Canada's high taxes, intended to fund robust social services, the system appears to have lost its way. Canadians find themselves paying a premium for basic necessities, leaving little disposable income for the joys of life. As one Canadian expat living in Portugal observed, "My monthly grocery expenses are half of what they were in Canada. I can dine out regularly and still save money, something that was impossible back home."
While discussing the cost of living, it's crucial to consider the impact of immigration on this complex issue. Canada prides itself on being a multicultural haven, welcoming immigrants from all corners of the globe. This influx of new residents brings both opportunities and challenges. On one hand, immigrants contribute significantly to the economy, filling essential roles and enriching Canadian culture. However, the increased demand for housing, goods, and services can drive up prices, exacerbating the already high cost of living. In cities like Toronto and Vancouver, the housing market has seen unprecedented growth, partially fueled by international buyers and new residents. This demand has outpaced the supply, leading to bidding wars and skyrocketing prices. Moreover, the strain on public services such as healthcare and education has intensified. As more people settle in urban centers, these systems struggle to keep up, often resulting in longer wait times and stretched resources. Yet, it's not all doom and gloom. Many immigrants bring with them entrepreneurial spirit and innovation, creating new businesses and job opportunities. Their contributions help stimulate the economy and can lead to more vibrant, diverse communities. Ultimately, the relationship between immigration and the cost of living is a delicate balance. While immigration strengthens Canada's economy and addresses labor shortages, managing its effects on housing, services, and inflation remains a critical challenge. Strategic planning is essential to ensure that the benefits of immigration are maximized while minimizing the financial strain on both newcomers and established residents.
Here's the thing, it's not just about the cost of living, it's about what you get for your money. While Canada boasts a strong economy, wages haven't kept pace with the rising cost of living, especially for certain professions. Meanwhile, countries like the US offer higher salaries and more career advancement opportunities, particularly in fields like tech and finance. It's no wonder some Canadians are tempted to take their talents south of the border or across the pond. On the flip side, immigrants often arrive in Canada with high hopes but face challenges breaking into their fields. Foreign credentials aren't always recognized, and navigating the Canadian job market can be a frustrating experience.
But hey, maybe it's not all about the money, maybe it's about the quality of life, right? Well, that depends on what you value. Canada's got a lot going for it. Stunning natural beauty, clean air, and a strong sense of community. But it also has long winters, limited sunlight, and let's face it, a certain predictability. I needed more sunshine in my life, says an expat who swapped the Canadian winter for the sunny beaches of Thailand. The pace of life is slower here, and people prioritize socializing and enjoying life. For some, this trade-off is worth it. They're willing to sacrifice a bit of economic security for a warmer climate, a more relaxed lifestyle, and a chance to experience a different culture.
Climbing the ladder career prospects at home and abroad. Let's talk career aspirations. Whether you're just starting out or looking to advance, understanding the landscape is crucial. Canada has a stable job market, but it can feel like a game of musical chairs at the top. The competition for executive positions is intense, and the opportunities can be limited. Competition is fierce, and climbing the corporate ladder can be a slow and arduous process. Many professionals find themselves waiting for years to get a promotion, often feeling stuck in their current roles. For ambitious professionals in certain fields, opportunities abroad may seem more appealing. The global market offers a variety of roles that might not be available at home, and the chance to gain international experience is invaluable. Silicon Valley beckons tech whizzes, offering not just high salaries, but also the chance to work on cutting-edge technologies and innovative projects, while Wall Street calls out to financial analysts. The financial hub of the world promises lucrative careers and the excitement of high-stakes trading. The allure of global experience and the potential for higher earnings can be hard to resist. Many professionals are drawn to the idea of working in a different country, experiencing new cultures, and expanding their professional networks. Meanwhile, immigrants often come to Canada with impressive resumes, but struggle to find jobs that match their skills and experience. Despite their qualifications, they face barriers such as lack of local experience and recognition of foreign credentials. The Canadian job market, while stable, can be highly competitive and challenging for newcomers to break into their desired fields, even with the country's need for skilled professionals. Overcoming these barriers often requires persistence, networking, and sometimes additional training or certification.
Taxed out, the burden of Canadian prosperity. All right, let's talk taxes, the elephant in the room. Canadians enjoy a high quality of life thanks in part to a robust social safety net funded by taxes, but are Canadians being taxed out of their own country? Taxes are a significant factor contributing to why some Canadians choose to leave the country. Canada has relatively high tax rates, which can be a burden for individuals and families. The combination of personal income taxes, sales taxes, and high property taxes can feel overwhelming, especially when the cost of living is high in major cities. Many Canadians seek lower tax environments abroad, where they can keep a larger portion of their income. Additionally, the tax system in Canada can be complex, and some people may feel they are not seeing a direct return on their tax contributions, leading them to look for better financial opportunities in countries with more favorable tax rates.
Money matters, but it's not everything. Sometimes, the decision to leave or come to Canada goes beyond economics and delves into the realm of culture and identity. Some Canadians feel drawn to explore different cultures, seeking adventure and new experiences. They may feel like their values align more closely with another country's way of life. On the flip side, immigrants often choose Canada for its multiculturalism and welcoming reputation. They see it as a place where they can build a better future for themselves and their families, free from discrimination and prejudice.
So, what does this all mean for Canada? The country is facing a demographic conundrum, a shrinking pool of skilled workers as Canadians leave, and an influx of immigrants who face challenges integrating into the workforce. This brain drain, coupled with a potential skills gap, could have long-term economic consequences. Canada risks losing its competitive edge if it can't retain its talent and attract skilled workers from abroad. As Canada grapples with this unique migration dilemma, its future hangs in the balance. A growing immigrant population brings new energy and ideas, but the loss of skilled Canadians could hinder innovation and economic growth. The key lies in finding ways to retain talent while still attracting the best and brightest from abroad. Some might ask, we know the issue exists, so what? The answer is simple. By continuing to highlight the problem, we ensure the government takes notice and works to address it. Canada remains a land of opportunity, but it must address its challenges to maintain its allure. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the Canadian immigration dilemma, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more viewers. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to us and helps keep this channel thriving. Thank you. Also, don't miss out on the rest of our content. We cover Canada-related topics and global travel adventures you'll love. Explore our channel for more.